All right, welcome back. We are here for another episode of Paranormal Incorporated. Um, a game written by Alicia Furness, and we are doing one of the newer mysteries for this game called Down by the, in parentheses, Haunted, out parentheses, Riverside. Okay. So we are familiar with our players and our characters. We are welcoming back Waylend and Annabelle and Ronnie. Okay. Dr. Fern is off to jail or in person, like IRL. Amanda is in another game, so that's great. That's fine. But who knows? Dr. Fern got herself in trouble yet again. Who knows? All right. So Down by the Haunted Riverside is by Alicia Furness, and it is a complexity 8, tone PG-13. We've been pretty much playing, I think, as PG-13. I don't think we've delved into the R-rated mystery yet. So we'll see how this goes. All right. So for this year's Paranormal Incorporated Employee Party Fun Time, the company has elected to participate in a day-long cruise down the local river on the Friendly Beast, the largest riverboat in the region. The cruise company, Very Good Boat Cruise Company, has long been rumored to have been plagued by paranormal issues. Some people claim that the boat itself is haunted. Some people say this company sacrifices someone to the river sirens on every outing. Some people are absolutely certain the captain is a werewolf. Some of these rumors have been so persistent that they have risen to the level of local urban myth. So, our establishing question: each of us have a theory or belief about the paranormal situation of Very Good Boat Cruise Company. Tell the group what it is and one piece of evidence you believe supports this theory. Make note of the theory and evidence each player presents. Okay, so I'm going to go to our character keeper, which does again have, our lines and veils contained, and our safety tools available to us are, of course, X card. Again, anything unfun and objectionable, exit out, and we will resume play once we take that particular item out. We will clarify what it is, but not ask why. And then, of course, open door policy. Anytime that you need to leave the game for any reason, you don't have to say why. You can just go ahead and open door and leave the scene, or, leave the game completely. Just let us know. Okay. And then, of course, lines and veils, which are listed on our character keeper. Lines are things that we will not include in our game whatsoever. And then veils are things that we will fade to black and just possibly mention, but not role play. Okay. So, yeah. What is each of our theories or beliefs about the paranormal situation of Very Good Boat Cruise? I mean, it could be something that we've heard or something that we found out elsewhere. All right. So what do we think?
Ooh.
I think I've got something.
Okay.
Sure.
So there's been a rumor, and Annabelle wants to investigate it because obviously, well, it's also about evidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay, it makes it a bit trickier. So there's a rumor that the boat is actually powered by ghosts. And this sounds very strange to Annabelle, but the evidence is that in the area around the shores where the boat usually is situated when it's not on the water, there are really few ghosts out there. So maybe someone has been collecting them and using them for fuel or whatever.
Whack-a-doodle. That's awesome. All right.
Waylend has a theory as well.
Mhm.
So looking over the company's records, Waylend has noticed that in order to cut corners and keep costs down, Very Good Boat Company has been repairing the Friendly Beast with secondhand parts. And he's noted that at least on at least 2 occasions, they have repaired the boat with parts from previously haunted boats. And so his theory is that the reason it's so haunted is because that has happened with all of the repairs that they've done, that they've simply been, whether by accidents or because haunted parts are the cheapest parts. They've repaired, all the repairs that they've done on this boat have been with haunted parts, which has contributed. It's sort of a ship of Theseus thing. It's they've just imported and repaired the ship with ghosts.
So powered by, repaired by. I'm thinking that Ronnie is thinking that the Very Good Boat Cruise Company, there's something else that is organizing this, that there is somehow a ghost in the organizational mix. And whether it be by like some kind of ancestry or what have you, it's like there's still some sort of paranormal touch to this. Why there's so many rumors and so many urban myths about this boat company could be that there is perpetuation from a ghost connected to the boat's ownership. So yeah, Ronnie's curious to see if this ghost owner will be around or is orchestrating a lot of this stuff that's happening. So that's what they're going to investigate. Okay, so I'm going to write down boo. Ronnie suspects ghost boat ownership.
Good ghost boat.
Yeah. All right. So there's an additional rule for attached to this mystery. During Theorize, if the theory supports one of the player's urban myths, you may use their proposed evidence as an additional clue. Okay. Oh, so I didn't say the ownership. The evidence. Sorry. So I think the signatures on current contracts says a name that is in Very Good Boat Company's history, but not of a known living being. There we go. I mean, nobody would look at contracts as closely as Ronnie would. So there we go. That is the evidence of something else going on here. All right. So again, if the theory supports one of our myths, one of the rumors and myths that we're talking about, then we can use that particular piece of evidence as an additional clue. All right. So because Paranormal Incorporated is strapped for cash. Now, this is kind of like a little bit off because, I mean, we on one of our last mysteries, we made friends with a rich angel investor, I guess. So, I mean, we're not necessarily strapped for cash, but I mean, you know, a little bit extra to fund our trips and fund the party fun time for our investigators. This is pretty risky and, you know, scientific business, and we need to be able to fund all of our scientific research and technology to be able to do this. The company has elected not to rent out the entire boat. So the staff appreciation party is shared with members of the general public who also happen to book tickets for today. The company has, however, generously provided you with complimentary snacks and 1 drink ticket each. Ronnie would change that, but okay. That's fine. Establishing question. What terrible snacks has the company provided? Ooh, okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna say we can change this a little bit to explain our fiction a little bit. I think I want to say that because not everybody could come, the guest investigators or Dr. Fern or anybody else that Ronnie has invited to come, I think that we couldn't get the whole boat to ourselves because, I mean, like, there wasn't enough people, right? You're like, you need a minimum to be able to get the whole boat. So, I mean, we had to have other people along, you know, for people that booked tickets for today. And then the only reason that there's terrible snacks and drinks is, or 1 drink ticket each, is because it's like, we still have to be able to cover. If we were going to try to rent out the whole boat, we'd have to, like, you know, also like pay for everybody else's stuff too, including the regular public. And it's like Ronnie didn't quite want to do that. So yeah. And the only people that were willing to do catering or anything on this boat were the snack vendors that normally just supply the vending machines. So that's what we're stuck with, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Ronnie promises a better holiday party for next time. Sorry. What kind of snacks are on this boat?
I think there is at least one like off brand Cheeto. Like not even the off brand like store like supermarket brand Cheeto. This is like a 1 step down from that, where they're very cagey about the ingredients. It's just a list of chemicals, and this could very well be just styrofoam covered in cheese dust. Like this, it has that consistency and that sort of, but it's cheese, it's salt and fat flavored. So, you know, folks will eat it. And it's one of Wayland's favorites. It's what he gets out of the vending machine every time.
Oh, cool.
Oh my gosh. What do you think, Annabelle? Like, what terrible snacks are you looking at here?
So I picture this like a bunch of hard-boiled eggs without seasoning.
Oh no.
Just plain eggs.
I'm gonna say they're not even peeled yet.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's like, it's an egg. I am so sorry, guys. I did not expect them to do this, but I should have expected them to do this. I mean, that's why it was, oh God. Sorry, I'm usually running the office. I'm not usually like sending out for catering. Although Ronnie will provide each of you and themselves with, of course, the ubiquitous Timmy Star's coffee, like your favorite order of coffee, to at least like make up for this mess. God.
Mm.
What flavor do you two pick for today's trip to get us through this?
Timmy Stars and a hard-boiled egg.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I think Waylend gets his usual, but this time also gets like a shot of like a caramel drizzle over the top. So he gets like a extra large peppermint mocha drizzled with caramel.
Peppermint mocha, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Annabelle?
I think she's feeling like trying something new, and there's like an avocado latte.
Nice.
So yeah, maybe that makes up for the snacks.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, you've got some, some fat and protein in there, but like natural, because they will use natural ingredients and shit and stuff. So, I mean, absolutely. I mean, like, it'll be more filling than the snacks themselves. So I think that for the snacks that Ronnie's looking so stricken by, I think they see, it looks like candy. It looks like candy bars, but these would be termed like the loser candy bars. Like not even off brand. But it's like flavors that shouldn't exist in nature or even in candy bars that shouldn't exist. I'm just gonna put that. So use your imagination. And then of course the Timmy Stars order, I think. Yeah, Ronnie gets triple espresso shots. I can't spell mocha cinna the chakina. Never mind. Just I'm putting a really long name in the thing. So anyway, mocha cinna chakina, whatever we want to call that thing, and triple espresso shots in that for Ronnie to get through this day tour, this river boat trip. It's great. All right, wonderful.
Yeah.
An hour into the day-long cruise, the sound of singing begins to float gently in on the wind, growing louder and louder. The song is enchanting and unique to each person who hears it. Oh boy. First roll of the game. Yay, we all get to do it. Resist the call. Each player describes what they hear and rolls plus vigor. All right. So this game works off of 2d6 plus, in this case for this roll, vigor. I don't even know what my vigor is. Oh dear. Okay, good. I have at least have a plus in it. Oh God. So, oh no. Okay, so we each will roll either on the online dice roller or whatever you got, or physical dice, 2d6 plus your vigor, and then tell us what you hear and let us know what you rolled. Oh my God. Okay, this is bad. I rolled 6 plus 6, so that's 12 plus 1 is 13. Fabulous. However, that means that the rest of the rolls should be very, very interesting for the rest of the game.
Ooh.
Oh God. Do I want to know? Annabelle?
So I rolled a 5.
Oh my God. Okay, so on a 10 plus, you resist the call and also gain a clue. Fabulous. On a 7 to 9, you resist the call. On a 6 minus, you are entranced by the call. Gain the condition called by song. Oh noes.
Okay.
Before we get into that and telling us what you hear, Waylend, what did you get?
4.
My
Nice.
God, people. Okay, so you both get the condition called by song. Let's see what this does. Any players entranced by the call move with other entranced passengers to the side. Oh, wait. Any players entranced by the call move with other entranced passengers to the side of the boat. The boat begins to veer erratically in that direction, steering directly towards a small island in the middle of the river. The boat lurches as it makes contact with a small bank, shaking passengers and staff out of their trance. All right, so before we get into what happens next, all right, so what do you hear? What do you hear when you become called by the song?
I have to check something first.
I think what Waylend hears is one of his favorite things at LibreCon is to go to the filk singing. And so it's hard to describe, but Waylend hears this beautiful song that is like a filk song about like the Gutenberg printing press, and it's set to the tune of like sort of the opening number of Mozart's The Magic Flute. And so it's just this beautiful, ridiculous, satirical song, and Waylend can't get enough of it.
What do you hear, Annabelle?
So it's basically it's really beautiful and entrancing yodeling. And she can't make out any words, but
It's yodel. I mean, okay.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Holy crap. Okay. Oh, all right. So a voice erupts over the loudspeaker. Hello? This is the captain speaking. We've had a minor issue. Did anyone else hear that? Don't worry though. We've just need to check the boat for damage, and then we will be back on the way. In the meantime, please enjoy the complimentary alcoholic beverages on the Riverview deck. So the goal is to discover the source of the music and make sure the rest of the cruise goes off without a hitch. Oh my God. So we begin play. I guess we're on this island. Yay. And we also have access to complimentary alcoholic beverages. Fantastic. Who knew they had a bartender? Whatever. So the way this works is, since Paranormal Incorporated is a GMless game, we share in the responsibilities of covering the 4 major segments of this game by virtue of being assigned card suits. All right, I've already separated my playing cards out. The hearts pile is our location deck. The diamonds pile is our paranormal event deck. Spades pile is the NPC deck, and the clubs pile is the clue deck. Okay, so I'm going to draw one of each to start us off. Whether we use everything or not would be determined either by where we find ourselves, if it seems appropriate, and then anyone is, aside from the suits that were assigned for the particular scene, then anyone can pick up the remaining deck card if it falls into play per se. Okay, so let's do, to start us off, hold on, hearts, diamonds, spades, and clubs. All right, so let's start us off with, and everybody's got a copy of the mystery in front of them, so they're able to read off the prompt, and then they're also able to see what comes next. Hearts. Let's do, Michael's, you can do hearts. All right, so just make sure that's there for that scene. And then for paranormal, Brent, I'll do NPCs for right now. And then, whomever can pull it out, we can handle the clue for this particular scene. Okay. Oh, anybody. All right. So let's make note of this. So to start, we have our location deck, our location card of hearts. Looks like it's 4 of hearts. I don't know if you can see that. I guess not. Oh God. Oh my gosh. Zoom.
4 of hearts.
4 of hearts. Okay.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
Is it actually in the document?
Yes, you have to scroll down to page 3 to see 4 of hearts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the order wrong. Okay. The storage room.
No problem. All right. And then let's see, the just in case paranormal event, if you think it calls into play, Brent, let's see. Looks like 2 of diamonds. Can you see that? I'm sorry.
Yep.
All right.
Got it.
Okay. And then for me, just in case I want to pull out an NPC, looks like 10 of spades. So you can see that 10 of spades. And then clues for whomever will be 7 O clubs. 7 O clubs. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Great. We're all set. So, take it away, Annabelle.
Okay. So it's the storage room.
Yeah.
A large white space lit by fluorescent lights and stacked with rows of metal shelves. Some rows hold food and drinks, some hold equipment, and another holds office supplies. There appears to be no logic to the organization. Paint the scene question. A box labeled Marketing 2001 to 2009 is nearby. What do you find inside of it?
Marketing. Holy crap.
So I picture there's like some flyers with a very prominent spokesperson for that company who's trying to get people to get to the get to use that service, and it's probably 2007 or 2008, and it's Sarah Palin, and it says like our next vice president.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh no.
I think Ronnie sees some of the files and some of the brochures that they've been making for each year, either like a brochure or one of those leaflets that just like you kind of pass around or something like that. And it has, very good boat company, and it's like, like join us for the tour on the Friendly Beast, and like all different experiments for like whatever color scheme or whatever kind of picture layout seems to work best for that particular year. One of the things that doesn't seem to be varied though is the little inset thumbnail on the bottom that has a picture of the owner of the boat, kind of giving like a short welcome message or quote, but on every single one, the face is somewhat blurry. Can't see who it is.
Mm.
Yeah, I think Waylend hunts through the box a little bit and then finds like a folder that has like a bunch of mock-ups and sketches of stuff that you don't you don't see any of this in the rest of the box. So obviously this was marketing material that was sketched out but never actually printed. And it seems to be someone was originally they were leaning into the idea of being like a haunted riverboat cruise. And so it was like, come see our ghosts and like all of this haunting material that has like now just has big red X's like in the corners, like someone is just like, nope, we're not doing this. And it just got shoved in a folder and crammed at the bottom of this box.
I think just want to back it up a little bit because I just realized it's like, I forgot to mention what Ronnie heard, but was able to still resist the call. And I'm going to say that Ronnie was able to sneak like Mike. We remember Mike from a few mysteries ago. And she was able to like undo like the Mike head of his form and be able to carry it around with her to kind of make him portable. And I think Mike was actually providing some kind of interference, like, kind of crackling on his own, because I think he sensed what was going on and was able to kind of help block whatever would be coming out and affecting Ronnie. So, she was like, Mike, why the hell are you crackling? What's going on? And then through the crackling, like, she could hear something that sounded interesting and something that she would listen to, but she couldn't make it out because Mike was crackling too much. And so it's like, when the boat started to list and steer over to the island, she was like, what the hell? And they would turn to both Annabelle and Waylend and go, I guess the party has already started then. Everybody got interested in something that's off to the side? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I think so. I think Waylon sort of bumps and comes to, and then it's like, oh, sorry, I don't know what came over me. And
It wasn't just you. Looks like a whole bunch of other people too. Annabelle, did you sense anything? Did you hear something?
Wait, so you mean you didn't hear that beautiful singing?
No.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, let's see if we can get to the ground of this.
Oh, and I think, let's see, what was the clue card? 7. So I think I also get a clue. So we'll add that to the sheet. Okay, great. Interesting. Yeah, I think as Ronnie is like just trying to figure out what happened, why everybody was going off to the side of the boat, I think, and then we kind of bump and then not crash, but I mean like kind of like set to on the shore of this island. I think Ronnie sees in a weird place they see a bucket of fish heads sitting just over by the gangway. I think it's called gangway. Yeah. So putting that into the character keeper as our first clue, a bucket of fish heads.
Now, are they roly-poly fish heads?
That should mean something, and I don't remember what it means.
It's from a weird song. It's not important.
No, I remember.
Okay.
I feel like I remember this song, but I can't picture it in my head right now.
Roly poly.
Roly poly fish heads. Something.
Yeah.
Yep. So, if you want to go ahead and like find a link to that, Brent, please do put it in the chat. Alrighty. So we made it down into the storage room. Maybe Annabelle, if you kind of let us down there for beginning of this, like, like didn't want to necessarily follow the herd of people that were like going off to the side of the boat. I mean, maybe now they're all going to get the alcoholic beverage. I don't know. But we could do some investigation here, or we can separate and then do investigation on the other places on the ship. So if you want me to draw any more location cards, I mean, I can totally do that.
So let's see. I mean, since we're already here, I think Annabelle is looking for something else to eat on shelves.
Oh, no. Okay, so discovery move would be appropriate here. When you search for a clue, conduct research or otherwise gather information, describe how you're doing so, and roll with an appropriate ability modifier. Do you think you'd be rummaging, or do you think you'd be using one of the other skills? So we have science, wits, vigor, and intuition. Science, of course, like research. Wits would be speed and quick-wittedness. Vigor, of course, is physicality, and intuition is like like sensitivity and other carved from Brindlewood games. So,
yeah.
What do you think? And there's also moves. We should remember. I always forget.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my moves as well.
I always forget I have moves in this game. It's like, why?
But fortunately, there are not too many. So we've established that there's no real order there's no. It's all over the place in those shelves. So I think she's going to close her eyes and just feel, where to go, and to use her intuition for something really mundane, but maybe it's helping,
Okay, that's fine. That makes sense.
Okay. Let's say 2d6.
Plus intuition. Yep.
So that's an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Okay. So for that move, 7 to 9, there is a complication either with the clue itself or something you encounter while searching. The player on your right, or random player you're playing online, describes the complication. So I want to say, I can give the clue if Brent wants to complicate things with a paranormal event.
Sure.
And I'm drawing another clue card just for funsies, and it's going to be the 2 of clubs. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that and give you your clue while Brent figures out how he wants to finagle a paranormal event.
Yeah. Do you want the paranormal event first or the clue first?
Let's see what the paranormal event is. It might indicate the clue.
Okay. Yeah. So as you sort of rummage around, close your eyes and rummage around, suddenly there's like sailors' sea chanties blare from the outdated intercom aboard the ship, with that same sort of like crackling that we noticed when the captain was. It's like just really weird though, because it honestly sounds like, you know, you can hear the sea shanty, but you can also hear like the sound of them working the rigging and things like that. So like the squeaking and grinding of like wooden sailing ship parts and all of that happening at the same time. So that's the paranormal event.
Do you think it's something that only Annabelle hears because of the sensitivity, or the intuition, or you think it's something that we all hear in this place?
That's a good question. Actually, I will leave that to Annabelle.
Let's say we all can hear it, but for her it's more prominent. She's really able to tell what it actually is.
Wow. And I think as you're rummaging, but then you're also like, using your intuition to hear this, I think your hands are still moving across the shelves and stuff of their own volition. And then you clear some debris from the shelving, like maybe you're reaching out and like just feeling around without even noticing you're doing it. And your hand comes up with what looks like large pearlescent scales, too large for any river fish. And they're as fresh as if someone had just taken them off of a fish, freshly caught, like not rotted at all. Like you can still see the shine, the pearly shine on the scales. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that into the clue list.
And when she picks it up, she just opens her eyes and she's really surprised, and then turns around to you guys. Waylend, is this edible?
I mean, anything is edible once.
And she slowly wants to take a bite. So what does Ronnie do?
Ronnie is just like, no. Even, okay, look, I love sushi. All right. Like, she's literally got, like, they've literally got their hand on your arm, like, trying to push it down. Look, I love sushi just like the next person, but this ain't it. All right. Just so you know. I mean, like this is too weird to be here, that fresh, that nice. I would worry about what would happen if you ate that. And I think at this point, here is an NPC. I don't know. We see like coming from behind you, Annabelle. Me and Waylend will see coming from behind you, like some wisps of energy. I think from where you were rummaging earlier, like some wisps of energy in a constantly shifting form. And then we smell like something that smells like crackling campfire. What is that? What? And then we hear like kind of like a from behind you, and the wisps of energy turn into a ghost, the form of a woman who looks like she's pleasant. She is kind of just like in a bouffant hairdo, kind of wearing like a fit and flare kind of dress, like of another time and place, basically. And she just seems to come out of the air, out of the shelf, and just kind of drifts like behind Annabelle. And yeah, she just kind of comes out. Oh, hello, because she notices us looking at her.
Mm.
And then we're like, Annabelle. Annabelle.
And then
Why'd
she
you-
turns around.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, no one ever sees me. This is great. Oh, wait. You can see me? No one ever sees me. Except Janet, usually. How odd. I'm not aggressive or anything. I don't need your help. Nothing tragic happened to me on this ship or anything, just so you know. At least I don't think so. Well, can't really remember, honestly. I just like it here. It's peaceful and I can watch people.
Fair enough.
That great. And Waylend slips the like slips the magic book he was about to start reading from back into his pouch.
There's also something that we have not, I don't think we've ever really engaged with, but when you have an interaction with a ghost while investigating, choose one from below. It's called the Ghostly Encounters move.
Yep.
And if the interaction is related to our personal haunting, choose 2. There's a list. Okay. So choose 1 if it's an interaction with a ghost. If the interaction has anything to do with your personal haunting, choose 2. Okay. So, I mean, whichever one of us wants to engage with this ghost, that's fine. And then again, like, I don't know if like we want to use a personal haunting. I don't really have to. Because the complication was the paranormal event essentially for Annabelle's move. But if someone else wants to interact, like either you or I, Waylend, yeah.
So just a question, since both of us are affected, what do you think does called by song mean as a condition? And does any one of us want to keep it?
I think that anyone like, affected by this called by song has a better or worse connection. I don't know how you want to interpret it to the ship itself because of the paranormal nature surrounding it, never mind of it, but just surrounding it, So, I mean, like, however you want to interpret that. So, I mean, if you want to consider yourselves disadvantaged because you have this, it's possibly affecting your senses, you can. I mean, I'm not going to push it too hard. I mean, like, again, it's up to you. We've never really played a grimdark game when we played Paranormal Incorporated. So again, it's like, how hard do you think this is affecting you? What is it making you remember? Annabelle heard yodeling and Waylend heard folk music. So, how do you think that impacts the scene? I think that's the best way to put it. Okay.
Sure.
So, Waylend, do you want to use the Ghostly Encounters move, or like we're good?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you would pick one of those. I mean, if you want to call up a personal haunting, you can, but I mean, you don't really have to.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh, check that out. So one of the things that you can pick is you may clear an appropriate condition.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I was asking.
Let's see. So I'm just choosing one? Or
Yes.
choosing 2? Okay, just choosing one.
I mean, if you want to draw it into your personal haunting or one of your personal hauntings, it can focus on
Right.
that to allow you to pick two.
I think actually I think Waylend will just clear an appropriate condition. So he's going to clear connection to the because he's realized that in meeting this particular ghost, he's realized that there's maybe there isn't like a like if this ghost doesn't want to be sent on, maybe there's still a mystery to be solved, but maybe it's not a ghostly mystery. Like, so yeah, I think he's just going to clear his, the song is not as enticing anymore.
Okay.
Because he's discovered that this is like a very, seems like a very easy ghost to deal with. So.
I mean, we've had some easygoing ghosts before, but again, it's like it varies.
Yeah.
Subject to change. Okay. I mean, did you want to interact with this ghost in any way, Annabelle?
I mean, she'd probably ask if there's anything else the ghost might have noticed that would be helpful for our situation.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if that triggers another roll, but or if we just play it out.
I mean, if you want, because I mean, like, again, you can treat this like any other NPC per se. So I mean, if you want to utilize I mean, intuition because you're dealing with a ghost, or wits because you're talking to the ghost. I mean, like, whatever you think would be more appropriate. And then just treat this like a normal discovery move.
Yeah, I think I'm going with wits and well, obviously, just a question. What's the name of the ghost? Did you say?
Yes, the name of the ghost. I'm so sorry. I'm Laura White. I'm just hanging out here. Seems to be a nice place to stay.
Fair enough. Nice to meet you, Laura. I'm Annabelle. This is Waylend.
Nice to meet you.
This is our intern, Ronnie.
Hi, nice to meet you all.
Okay, and I'm going to roll. So 2d6. And that's a 12.
Nice. All right, on a 12 or above, you find 2 clues. Oof.
Nice.
Player responsible for the clue card will tell you what they are. All right, I'm going to pick out 2 more clue cards just for funsies. All right, so we have the 6 of clubs. 6 of clubs. All right. And 4 of clubs. God, I gotta figure out how to do this without making it blank out. Okay, there we go. 4 of clubs. All right, so 6 and 4. Waylend, you want to take one and I take one?
Sure.
Okay. So let's see what Annabelle finds out. Which card are you going to take off of?
I'll take the 6 of clubs.
Okay, I'll take the 4. So for the 1 clue, I think Laura's going to lean into you, Annabelle, and kind of like, look very peeringly at you like, you seem much clearer to this than other people I've seen here. Is it those glasses that you wear? I mean, is it the red that helps you see
see me and see more clearly? Is that what it is?
Well, the glasses obviously are quite helpful, as you can tell, but I've been doing this for years, darling.
I mean, you're so striking. It's just like, I love your look. Oh my goodness.
And she really smiles. And she's really
Yeah.
happy about that
Yeah,
compliment.
Absolutely. Take that back to your TikTok videos. Absolutely. And then maybe you can take a look, see it here. I'm just gonna show you something back here, okay?
Mm.
It, like, again, like, I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to show you something that was left, over in this area.
Mhm.
And it seems a strange place to find it.
And what she shows you is what looks like a death certificate.
Mm.
This isn't mine. That's the funny part. I mean, it was just tossed back here. It's so strange.
So that is the first clue, a death certificate.
Mm.
All right. And what else did Annabelle find?
It's going a little dark, but a human skin suit. And I'm going to interpret that as very, very much it is that Men in Black Egger suit sort of thing. This is like right down to there being sort of a zipper up the side so that someone could put it on and then zip it up themselves. So that's disturbing.
And Ronnie comes over and looks at it and goes, "What the hell does this mean? Is there something, I don't know, in disguise on this ship?"
Waylend sort of holds it up and tries to fill the head out with his hand a little bit. He's like, does anyone recognize this person?
I mean,
Ms.
looks-
White?
No, to be honest, that looks like just every other tourist that comes through here. And actually not through here. I mean, like, when I follow the captain, did I say that? Oh, you didn't hear that? Sorry. When I go around the ship, like, I'll see tourists and stuff, but yeah, this kind of looks like every other tourist that comes through, taking pictures and doing their thing. Sorry.
Don't worry, that makes total sense. Because
Oh,
this is not suspicious at all.
Oh, okay.
You know, if I was something non-human, I'd disguise as the typical tourist as well. So, but thanks for showing us. This is really helpful.
No, you're absolutely welcome. You might see me popping around, like I said. Sometimes it's like, usually it's just Janet that sees me, but yeah, I might be in and out, So, have a wonderful tour. Don't take any wooden shells, all right? And I'll catch you later.
and then she proceeds to disappear.
Bye.
Bye. Goodness. Okay. All right. We've gone past the hour mark, so I'm gonna say let's take our first 10-minute break. All right, and then we'll redo the scene to redistribute the suits for the next scene. Okay. Right.
Good.
See you on the 18 mark. Okay. All right, so we're back, and I think I've got it down where for this new scene. All right, I've already pulled some cards out, so this way it's we'll go ahead and change the cards as well as change the people doing it for this particular scene. Okay, So let me see
Yeah.
if I can get this down for the camera. Oh, God. Come on. We figured this out. All right. Yeah. So 6 of hearts will be Brent. Okay.
Okay.
And then just so you can see it, 5 of diamonds is me. All right. For the paranormal event. Okay. And then spades. Whoops. God, dog it. 2 of spades,
spades.
is Michael. And then anybody, when that comes up, will be 8 of clubs. 8 of clubs for the clue. All right. So we leave Laura, who has disappeared from the storage room. And where do we find ourselves next, Brent? I mean, Waylend.
Okay,
Or do we want to split up? I mean, because I can also pull more location cards if we want to split up and look elsewhere on the ship. What do you think?
I mean, we could split up. It's a small enough vessel that I think splitting up, we could probably cover a lot of ground and
Yeah.
That's fine.
meet back fairly quickly.
Sure, no problem. And so, and also remember, this is a complexity 8 mystery. So, I mean, again, however many we can gather, but then it also depends on how many clues we can incorporate into the theorize, for that particular thing. All right. So let me just, so do we want to split up, or do a couple of us want to pair up and what have you? I will leave it up to you. I mean, Ronnie will go anywhere. I mean, just to make sure that, their investigators are okay.
I think we could split up.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
So
All right. Yeah.
I picture something like Annabelle wanders off on her own, and maybe
Okay.
that's an invitation to one of you babysit her, because she's still enthralled by whatever she
Yes.
heard
You know what?
earlier.
I think Ronnie's going to go with Annabelle, and where we're going to go is the Ace of Hearts. Okay. So that'll be us. And I'm also going to pull, just in case, like a paranormal event for that as well, just to be sure we're covered. So where we're going, like our paranormal event is camera 7 of diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
All right. An NPC will be 5 of spades. And the clue for that particular area will be 5 of clubs.
I think that was spades as well.
Yes. 5 of spades, 5 of clubs for us.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So let's do Waylend first. So
Sure.
while Annabelle starts to wander off, and then Ronnie's turns to you, Waylend, and just says, "You know what? I think something's still messing with Annabelle. So I think I'm gonna go follow her. Okay."
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right.
I'll look in this direction.
Yeah. Check back in with me on the phone, if you find anything. All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Waylend goes to like a door that is sort of tucked in behind some shelving, opens it up and goes through and finds himself in the galley.
Ooh, okay.
A cramped walk-through room, in quotations, with appliances and counters on both sides. The food and appetizers are prepared here for both guests and staff. Carries a strong smell of seafood, rancid oil, and stale spices. Paint the scene. A book titled Recipes for the Sea sits on the counter. What are the most unappetizing recipes in it? So I think this is like one of those like 1950s cookbooks where they still had an absolute fascination with like gelatin and and putting things in like jello molds and so I think like there's no one recipe, there's like a whole chapter of recipes of otherwise appetizing seafood recipes that are then suspended in gelatin for some reason. So like a perfectly good like a perfectly good clam chowder, but then suspended in gelatin, or like a perfectly good like shrimp and pasta dish, but then suspended in gelatin. Like it's just why were the 50s so fascinated with like melted down hooves? Like
I'm sorry.
but yeah. Luckily there don't seem to be any of those on offer today. Although yeah, they definitely need to change the oil in the deep fryer because
Yeah, I think this book looks kind of well worn, but not necessarily thumbed through. Like it feels like it was brought here, but they don't necessarily make this stuff here. Like somebody's trying to get some weird ideas of modernizing the stuff. And so like you see some sticky notes like actually tabbed on certain pages, like some of them on the gelatin recipes or whatever, and then others on kind of like stew, like the beginnings of what could be gumbo, but like the strangest ingredients in it. Yeah. So they have the roux of like flour and water, and then like some butter and different seasonings and everything like that, but the ingredients themselves are so weird put together. There's like cherries, like fresh cherries and potatoes and like fish heads and like squid rings and just the weirdest stuff that you can think of to go into this stew, and then using fish bones mixed in with pork bones to create the simmer of the sauce of the broth. I mean, what? So yes, this is a recipe in here that has been sticky noted, post-it noted, like with try this written on it.
So there's one recipe that really focuses on all the parts you would rather throw away usually, because it's better to use everything the sea has to offer, and this is about fish eyes, and it's basically a pie and the filling is fish eyes.
Just fish eyes.
Yeah, whatever you have, like any eye will do. Maybe there's some cream in between and some eggs, but it's mostly fish eyes, and obviously it's not very appetizing, so you have to cover it up in a pie.
Yeah.
And hide it.
Fish eye quiche.
Yeah.
God! Oh my God! Feels like that just should pull a paranormal event of just like the ghosts going, what the fuck? Sorry. Anyway, go ahead, Brent. Oh God, sorry, Waylend. What would you like to do here after looking at this book?
Yeah, actually, I think Waylon's going to like fully follow up on that. This book is the most disturbing thing in here, so he's going to like do a little bit more of a deep dive into like thumbing through it and see if there's a clue that he can pull out. So let's see here. We're gonna
discovery move.
Yeah.
Using science. I don't know.
I think so.
Science. Yep.
Oh, 11.
So 10 or 11, you find a clue. Player responsible clue card will tell you what it is. All right. So our clue card for here is an 8 of clubs. Let's see. Michael, you want to go ahead and pick the clue? The clue. 8 of
Yeah.
clubs.
It's a weird specimen preserved in a jar. And I picture something like a very long jar, and if this looked slightly different, could be like a cryptid, but at first glance it looks like a normal octopus. And you think to yourself, okay, are those like real arms? Well, besides the octopus legs, but you can't really tell because it's really murky fluid.
Fun. That's near the cookbook of recipes. Fun.
Yes.
Just for funsies, let's see who the NPC is for this
Sir Herbert
particular.
Halswell, the tycoon.
Would you like to do that one?
Sure.
Well, yeah, you're marked for the scene. Oh my god.
Yeah, so basically I picture Waylend standing there, and feel free to describe the look on your face while if it gets worse when you see that jaw or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. That is, he reads the book or is reading the book, and then it sort of mentions like an ingredient, and so he looks up at like the shelves where all the rest of the ingredients are, and it's like, oh, that's really can't be what I think it is, right? And then sees the jar and is just like, nope, that's worse somehow. Yeah.
Okay, and in walks Sir Herbert Halswell, the tycoon. Gaunt, angular features, cold, firm handshake, slick back, red hair. The reputation of Sir Halswell's business acumen seems incongruent with the nervous, quiet man in front of you. Rumor has it that Sir Halswell has been donating large amounts of money to paranormal and cryptid research. And a typical quote of his, well, yes, I heard that the city has some of the highest rates of paranormal occurrence. I would love to meet a real ghost. A ghost in real life. I just feel like I relate to ghosts so much more than alive humans, you see?
Yeah, I know what you mean. There is definitely like a friendly ghost around here somewhere. Maybe she'll introduce herself. She stepped out for a bit, but
oh, that'd be lovely.
I'm Waylend, by the way, with Paranormal Inc.
Oh, splendid! Nice to meet you.
So did you hear the singing earlier?
I wish I did. I've heard stories of beautiful songs. For some reason, everyone has had something different in their mind, it seems. Do you think, by any chance, this is like a paranormal occurrence or creature?
Well, I mean, that's what we're trying to find out. But yeah, I think so far. It's definitely strange.
Hmm.
I'm imagining because Waylend is also like a very quiet, nervous. So I think that the two of them are like very like trying. It's not a competition, but it's like two quiet, nervous people trying to carry on a conversation when they're both like two heavily introverted people trying to talk.
There's definitely some awkward silence in between.
Yeah.
I think the awkward silence is where we kind of like cut over to Annabelle and then
Yeah.
Ronnie following, because it's like I
Yeah.
think we end that scene where it's like the profile of you two looking at each other and kind of like stare down at the floor at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. So let's see. Where do we go for 8 of Hearts? Brent, you can lead us in for that location where Annabelle
Mhm.
and Ronnie find themselves.
8 of Hearts. The library.
Ooh.
Mm.
A small, cold room with some stained and torn chairs. A large sign on the wall aggressively commands, "No food or drinks." A rickety leaning shelf sways, occasionally spilling a book onto the floor. The books are mostly about the history of the city and the river, as well as some books on local cryptids and a few technical manuals about fish species and fishing. Paint the scene. How can you tell this is the favorite spot of one of the boat's crew members?
I feel like by one of the seats in here, it's like probably like that seat in the corner that doesn't look comfortable but has somebody's butt print on it. There's a low table that has, they shouldn't do this. We know they shouldn't do this, but they do it anyway, where the books are like literally like open 2 pages and then stacked on each other, like where somebody has left books in the place that they want to continue reading.
Yes.
I think there's, since this is like a small and cold room, there's like a really cozy blanket with probably like a cheesy pattern on it. Maybe cats,
Mm-hmm.
different cats, and you can
Right.
tell that it's been recently used.
Mm-hmm. I think in direct violation of the sign on the wall, you notice that like very poorly hidden behind some larger volumes is this like small little like lunch bag cooler thing that has like just snacks in it. Like it's not anything special. They are nicer snacks than they're serving us, however. But but yeah, it's obviously tucked in behind there. You can also see like there's a stray wrapper for one of the, like a granola bar or something like that. That's so someone obviously comes here.
What do you think, Annabelle? Do you think that you're led by your senses or the fact that there's like food here?
Yeah, it's definitely the latter.
You managed to find the little cooler. Oh no. And then Ronnie's like, following after you going, Annabelle, what are you doing?
Well, I'm starving and,
No. Okay, all right. I was saving this because it's like, I am very apologetic about like how this has turned out. I'm so sorry. And then like from behind their back, they pull out like one of those like little tiramisu squares. that they have. And it's like, would this help? I was like, I was saving like a brownie for Waylend, but like Waylend didn't seem as hungry. But here, you can have this tiramisu square.
Oh,
right
thanks.
now. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ronnie.
Don't touch somebody else's food. Oh my God. No.
I mean, we're not supposed to eat in the library, as you can tell. So
Well, just turn to the corner and then like eat it.
no, what I
surreptitiously.
mean is like, if I eat dead hidden food or whatever it is, they can't blame me because they were doing something forbidden in the first place. So it's a perfect crime, you know. But I'll take the tiramisu. Don't worry.
Why are we talking about crime? What? I mean, so Ronnie's like,
And she
yeah, just turn to the corner so people can't see that you're eating. I'm gonna turn my back so this way I can look around and then see if we can find anything about what the hell is going on around here. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm going to roll. I'm gonna roll for a clue. Oh my God, make me laugh. Let's see how this goes. All right, I'm going to use, let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna use science because I'm like, they're looking around and just getting a handle on the books. And that is oh shit. That is 3 + 3 = 6. Damn. Okay, let's see. I forgot what happens on a there's nothing on a miss, but we can assume that something bad's gonna happen, or maybe a couple bad things are gonna happen.
I mean, the NPC is pretty bad.
Oh God. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh my God.
So
Annabelle's eating her cake.
yeah.
Who is this?
So Dominic Lebois, the tourist.
Oh no.
Jailed hair with bleach tips, yellow polo shirt, pucker shell necklace. Dominic is a late 30s man still living his teens. He's on a bargain vacation to the city and will loudly brag about getting it free with points. He hits on every woman he sees. Quote, "Isn't this boat dope? You wouldn't believe the deal I got on it. I guess they are offering a coupon because of the bad reputation, but I think it's killer. I hear the ladies like this kind of thing, so I'm certain I'm going to clean up here." You know what I mean?
Ronnie's just keeping silent and just listening to him talk and just thinking back on, what, just this is Ronnie thinking to themselves. It's like, you can hear the voiceover, like, like as they're paying attention, but like the voiceover goes, this guy reminds me of that bro dude. What the fuck? I hope they're not related, but even if they are related, it's like, oh God, one of these guys. Shit. And then like in the meantime, like Ronnie's just kind of like nodding pleasantly and it's like, yeah, totally know what you mean, dude. Sure. Absolutely. I mean, it's probably nothing of interest here. I mean, like, it's just trying to see the sights and like, check out some of these books. Yeah.
So who's your gorgeous little friend over there?
Oh, yeah, it's like, yeah, that is my gorgeous friend over there. I'm pretty sure you're not her type.
Well, is she single? Because then she's my type, if you know what I mean.
I don't know about that one. You can narrate like what you think happens, or if you want me to roll to see if I run interference, okay. Or we can complicate this even further. I don't know. Hold on. Wits. I'm gonna say wits. Yes. All right. So I'm gonna use coffee runner.
Mhm.
I was gonna do something, but you know what? I'm just gonna do coffee runner for this because this is bad. You are skilled at quick thinking and quick moving when you need to be. Once per turn, take 12 plus on a roll related to thinking or acting quickly. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the 12 plus and just like get this guy out of the way. And so, yeah, I think, you know, I mean, she's like Annabelle's really into her work. I mean, like, you know, she may not give you the attention that you deserve, you know? So like I think there's somebody like if you go down this way and like, you know, Ronnie will kind of relay the location of the storage room and then like say if you go down there, I think there's somebody like called Laura. Yeah, Laura, like, you know, she's kind of like wandering about. But I mean, like I think we last saw her there, like she might be really interested in you. She might really
Oh,
be really
really?
into you. Yes, absolutely. You know, you may want to go like check out Laura. I think she'd really like you. Yeah.
Well, that shouldn't come as a surprise, you know.
No.
But I mean, I could still return here to you and your friend.
Yeah, I mean, like we're gonna be around. I mean, like we're obviously on the boat, you know, like where are we gonna go, right? Absolutely. So yeah.
Yeah, and he leaves quite quickly, I'd say.
Thank God. And then like, you know, Ronnie starts to lean against the wall and go, "Ugh, another one of those guys. Ugh. Annabelle, you done with that cake yet?" I think we want to make ourselves scarce before that dude comes back. Oh geez.
Sure. Do you think anyone would mind if I borrowed this and she comes back with that cozy blanket wrapped around her?
I, if that's somebody's blanket, they're gonna know immediately that you took it from this room. I mean, I are you are you sure you want to do that?
No.
I mean, it's nice. How about this? How about this? And then like like Ronnie will immediately like, you know, take a picture of it and then like do the image search. And it's like,
Mm.
look, it's like I can get it from Amazonium, you know, for like much less. I know, we shouldn't use them. I know, but it's quick if you want it. I mean, I can, but you know, and you don't have to have cats on it. Look, they have dogs. They have like fashion. They have like shoes. They have shoes on them too. So all sorts of different blankets.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Okay. You know, my birthday's coming up soon, and if you get
absolutely.
me like
I
the
know.
one with the dogs in sunglasses, I think we're golden here.
No
And then
problem.
she leaves the blanket
Okay.
where she found it.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you want to do in this room? And you can again remember that you have moves.
Um, so this has been like a very mundane place, and after she puts back her well, it's not her blanket, obviously, as we established, as she puts back the blanket with a sigh, because she was really into it, but you know, she gets it. Um, she starts to notice a presence, and the move is actually called I Sense a Presence. At any point, you may announce that you sense a presence and draw a paranormal card. Choose one of the events to encounter, and then I will roll with intuition. You muted, Matt?
Thank you. All right. So 7 of diamonds was pulled for this particular location. So if you want to go
Okay.
ahead and check it out, see which one you want to, excuse me, engage with.
Ooh. So if I chose the latter one, what do you think? Who would be affected?
I mean, it would be hilariously funny and also horrifying if
Yeah.
it was Ronnie whom you
Hmm.
saw with the transformation. Yeah. So
Okay, let's go with that then.
okay.
So
Go ahead and describe what you see.
so limbs transform into tentacles. And yeah, it's really strange because when she turns around, she sees that Ronnie's arms have gotten longer, and they're moving like in an unnatural ways and angles that wouldn't be possible for human arms. And she's not sure if it's real what she's seeing or not, and she really has to, rub her eyes this moment. And
Yeah, go
let's
ahead
see.
and make the roll for plus intuition.
Hmm.
Do you think that called by song would affect you in this case to cause disadvantage?
So probably,
Oh
but
no.
it's gonna be a fail anyway.
Oh no, why?
So I've rolled a 3. Plus 2 is 5. And yeah, couldn't get any worse, I'd say. So let's see. Roll plus intuition, and on a 7 to 9, the encounter leaves you shaken. Doesn't really say what happens on a miss.
I guess always assume on a miss it's the worst. Oh noes. Well, one, you don't get a clue.
Yeah.
That's like no benefit there. Unless you want to bump it up to a 7 to 9, leaving you shaken by doing a personal
Right.
haunting. So you would pick one of your personal hauntings and then you would narrate it, and then you would bump your roll tier to the 7 to 9. So you can do that still too.
Okay, but I wouldn't get a clue.
It doesn't look like it, no. So only on the 10 plus will you get a clue.
Okay, fair enough.
But you do take +1 to the next discovery move.
Yeah, that's also not too bad. What? So I think the last we kind of see a flashback, and it's Annabelle, like as a young woman, and she's been able to perceive supernatural beings and ghosts in particular for many years. And when she was younger, she tried to actually get rid of them and avoid them. And the prompt is a quiet place, narrate a scene describing the last time you had complete silence in your head. And this is basically like, let's say in the terms, what year is it? Let's say, yeah, like in the 80s when she was like in the Antarctic, like at a scientific research station with almost no other humans around, because if there's no people and no one died there, then she's able to escape the ghosts. But then unfortunately, she couldn't stay there for too long because there was an accident and someone died, and even there she couldn't escape the ghosts.
Wow. Okay. So, yep, you would check off that personal haunting and then take +1 to your next discovery move, okay?
Mhm.
And then let's go back to Waylend, see how he's doing with Mr. Housewell. Oh
Yeah.
my god. So yeah, I mean, like after staring at each other like away and then awkwardly again, what do you think? What do you say anything else to Mr. Housewell, or do you
I
make your
mean,
way out?
I think that um, I think it has just been it started off as awkward silence,
Hmm.
and then I think both of them realized that they're comfortable with silence. Like neither one of them feels the need to sort of fill the and so they've just been it has been quiet since the camera cut away. Like there's been no further conversation. It's just the two of them standing there, looking at each other, looking around the room. And I'm just now seeing your message from earlier. I don't think Waylon brings up Marvin.
Okay.
Although I think Marvin is just like, huh. So this is what you look like to other people.
Oh my god. Marvin. I think at this point, though, I think it would be fun to include a paranormal event. And the
Absolutely.
paranormal event is that, while you are in companionable silence, I think, Waylend, you see that somehow coming from behind Mr. Housewell, there's another Mr. Housewell, and then another, and then another. And you realize that each of them start to talk. And now you can see from each one of them a different aspect of their business acumen as they kind of debate amongst each other about like some kind of business trade, or a business dealing, or a bargain, or like something that happened on the stock market and such. They all start talking to each other, and again debating and just being really aggressive about, no, this is not what the board would have wanted. No, no, no. I think you are incorrect about that. And this particular stock trade would totally give me an out and all this kind of stuff. So yes, all of a sudden, Mr. Housewell has split into 3 aggressive clones of himself. And they're not paying any attention to you at the moment.
Okay. Well, Waylon's going to take that. It's now suddenly very crowded in the galley, so Waylon is going to take this opportunity to, I think, sort of squeeze past them and head out the opposite door, the door at the opposite end of the galley from where he came in.
Sure.
And go see if he can find another area of the boat to investigate.
Sure, absolutely. Do you think that coming out of your flashback, Annabelle, that you would be eager to try to engage with the room again in a more mundane manner, or you think you want to get out as soon as possible? And is Ronnie still kind of weird, like having weird limbs and stuff? Hot dog fingers, if you've seen like Everything Everywhere All at Once. I mean, something like that, It's like,
I haven't seen it yet.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'd say she remembers that Well, we can obviously tell when she comes back to herself that she reminds herself that this is something she has to live with, and she's been able to deal with those things. And one strategy is to just accept it and not fight it. So basically what she does is she says, Ronnie, let's move on. And while she leaves the room, she makes sure not to look at you at all.
Okay.
And or just your face, not your arms or whatever.
Yeah. I'm having a feeling that it's like, it's only something perceptible to you, as opposed to like this has actually happened to Ronnie. Or if it's happened on the astral plane and not necessarily on the physical plane. So, all right. So let's go ahead and then move on to like other locations. So Waylend has gone to out of the Cali and away from that weird situation. All right. So let's see. The next one that I'm pulling for. Do you want to say that let's come together in this
Sure.
this coming room? All right.
Yeah.
So this will be 2 of hearts. Okay, for the location, and that will be me. I'll put that in there. And then 8 of diamonds. Oh my gosh, 8 of diamonds. And that will be Michael.
Mhm.
Okay. And then 3 of spades for NPC for Brent.
Okay.
And then the clue for anyone will be 10 of clubs. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I think we should all like give it a doggone good shot to try and investigate here. And then this way, hopefully we'll have enough clues by the end of this to be able to try and formulate a theory. Okay.
Yep.
So for 2 of hearts, we find ourselves back on the bridge. Excuse me. A large, spacious room with large windows that peer over the front of the ship. The room smells like cigars and algae. Yay. Voices crackle over the radio and lights flicker on a control board. Paint the scene. A number of signs and posters adorn the walls with safety and in case of emergency instructions. What unusual safety rules can you identify?
So I picture like this. There's like a poster with some drawings on it, and it's basically what happens if like a passenger or crew member swallows a rubber duck. And the instructions say you have to make sure they you push it down, actually, because the way those things are structured, it would cause harm if you just pull it out.
I think that there's the usual kind of posters that show like step by step when you're putting on things or like, especially like, like the safety vests or something like that, especially if it's an inflatable. I think hidden behind or like next to like a bunch of more official looking signs, that there's one of these that says how to put on this particular safety vest that becomes an inflatable in case of emergency. But the picture, like I think 3rd or 4th picture down, shows what you should do if you need to tuck in extra limbs. Very specifically to what to do when you need to tuck in extra limbs.
Nice. I think there's a in case of emergency, use this breathing apparatus, like sort of a Scott air pack thing. But the odd thing about this is that it's not for an air tank, it's for a water tank. So if in case of emergency, make sure that your water mask is affixed firmly before you help other passengers with their water mask. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so incredible. Holy crap. Okay, sorry. Okay, so did the location. Fantastic. All right. So I think we will meet up on the bridge.
Yep.
Making our way there. And Waylend, what do you think you see when you see Ronnie and Annabelle approach? Like the looks on their faces or what have you?
I think Annabelle has the same sort of distracted look that Waylend has come to Waylend has come to expect on her face. Like, just, if there was traffic, would just like is busy thinking about something and would walk out into traffic if Ronnie wasn't there to sort of like grab the back of the shirt and pull them. And in this case, they've just sort of wandered onto the bridge without really yeah, and so as a result of that, when he sees Ronnie has that herding cats expression that is very common to Ronnie.
And Ronnie will also bring out from behind their back as they approach you. It's like, all right, I know, like I was trying to hide this from the other passengers and such, but I gave Annabelle like, her good snack here, Waylend. It's like, while we're like not being seen, and she hands you like a big, what is it? The paper cup thing of a brownie bar. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
What specifically about this brownie bar from Timmy Stars do you really like?
Waylend specifically likes, he's not sure how they managed to do it, but every brownie bar has the texture of like every edge is the outside edge, right? So it's like the perfect, right? Everyone loves the outside edge of like a tray of brownies, like a pan of brownies. The cut edges in the center are very much the vastly inferior edge. Somehow, however, it's a special pan or some special cooking method, but Timmy Stars is able to make like all outside edge brownies, which
sounds so damn good.
which even if they were the worst brownies in the world, they would still be the brownies that Waylend loves, because it's like it's outside edges. How could you not like that?
Yeah, I hope this helps. I mean, I'm so sorry that oh God, this is how this has turned out.
No, it's great. I'm craving one of these today.
Oh,
As an aside, they do make a pan that allows you to make like brownies and stuff like that, where it's like multiple outside edges on each. It's actually, it's a pan, and then it's segmented into like basically a 9 by like you'll get 9 squares out of it, but they've put a metal insert across it so that when you bake the brownies in it, it's all out. Every brownie is an outside edge.
Yummy. Okay.
Yeah.
And I had a brownie dessert yet last night with ice cream on it. So okay, great.
Nice.
Sorry. All right, so let's split up and like in this room on the bridge, and then figure out like what we're looking for, how we're looking for it, and yeah, go ahead and roll.
I think Waylend is gonna like gravitate towards wherever the captain's logs are kept on the bridge.
Yes.
Waylend will always gravitate towards the books. So yeah, this will be a science, I think.
Yeah, and I think we also tell you about like how we were in the library of this place and like what we saw there.
Okay.
So,
Ooh.
when things calm the hell down, it's like, that would be a great place to visit.
Well, that makes up for some earlier rolls.
Yeah.
That is boxcars,
Ooh.
+2, so 14 altogether.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Let's see. 12 plus. I mean, yeah, 12 plus. You find 2 clues. Yay. Let's see. Clue card. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you whatever's on that clue card.
Sure.
We'll work it in somehow. And then Annabelle, if you want to figure out how you want to discover stuff.
Mm.
Hold on, let me read off the 10 clue, 10 clubs. All right. Oh, here we go. So amongst the books,
Mhm.
it's perfect. You find a map first with the river location, like, because it's got the route like listed on it, but
Yeah.
there's a particular river location that's circled in bright red. Like somebody really wanted to highlight this particular location. Okay.
Right.
And then as you're searching further through the books and such and the logs, for some reason you find an invoice tucked on a stray page
Mhm.
from the Very Good Carnival Company. The Very Good Carnival Company. What the fudge?
Mm.
Oops.
Okay.
That's not it. Okay. I'll plug these into the clue
That's
list.
weird.
Why is this only doing this? It's not what I'm highlighting. What are we doing? Copy. There we go. All right. For whatever reason, it is not allowing me to highlight, so I guess I'm going to have to type it in. Or so if somebody else wants to type it in. A map with a river location circled in red. That's the first clue. And then the second clue is an invoice from the Very Good Carnival Company. Yeah, my copy paste is not working today, and I don't know why. All right. Annabelle, how would you like to investigate here?
So someone's knocking.
It's downstairs, like my
Okay, fair
husband
enough.
and yeah. It's on the boat. Oh no.
Fair enough, fair enough. I think she'll look around in the room, have a good look at those posters with the safety instructions, and then finally sits down at the captain's chair, because it's like the bridge, and she wants to take in what the person who's actually responsible would see, or what they would look at. And yeah, I think that'd be wits.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll.
And I'm going to add +1
Mhm.
from the previous roll, and it's a 6 total.
Wait, your roll is a 6 total.
Yeah,
Are you using a dice roller or physical dice?
dice roller.
Chuck the dice roller because it's not good. God dang. Okay, let's see. Paranormal event. That's for sure. Haunting Annabelle. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
Well, no worries.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I'm not sure if I want to use haunting again, because I've got 4 marked already out of 6.
Mhm. I mean,
Or would I just retire her at some point?
you know what? This does not. This game is not as like, what's the word? Doesn't seem to have as much of a bad timer necessarily as like, working with the between or like Brindlewood Bay. I mean, it doesn't automatically say it's like, okay, like, this character's donezo or whatever. And it doesn't even have to be like severe or what have you. Maybe it could just be, it's like, whatever you think their particular arc ending would be. I mean, it's just whatever it is, right? I mean, like, you would retire possibly if you want to, you could retire
Or
the
change
character.
playbooks or whatever.
Change playbooks, right, exactly.
Okay.
So
okay.
it's a possibility, but I mean, like, it doesn't seem to have as big of a big counter as
Yeah.
the between Blood-Soaked Portal or Lost to the Void, like with Mavens
Yeah.
or something. So it's like we have options. It's not like, again, it's not like the hard and fast rule of, oh, you're done. So that's how I consider it. I mean, like, we've been playing very, very Scooby-Doo without the dog, and so I'm like,
Yep.
I'm cool, I mean, if we wanted to completely clear, like, every single time, right? Like, nothing has necessarily carried over for us personally. Like, any conditions would be like, never mind, hand waved, or like the personal hauntings, conceivably you could even do like another one, like, like one that's already been marked, but a different one in your life. Right. So, I mean, like, narrate another time that, you had some quiet space or something.
Okay.
That kind of thing. So, I mean, we can do it anyway. I mean, like, I'm perfectly happy with that. I mean, like, I'm not taking this as, as I would the other games.
Yeah.
So for this 6 that you got, I'm going to say that you see, or actually like the whole ship sees, because like you start to hear the panicked screams of people outside and such. You start seeing through the windows of the bridge, there's this massive storm that seems to blow in, where the clouds, dark gray clouds, like almost black, like in the distance, are starting to veer in towards us, on the river, for Christmas sake. I mean, maybe on the sea, maybe it would make sense, but this is on the river, and these waves are like 40 meters high, are starting to wash towards us on the river. This is what you see, and then other people are seeing it too because they're screaming. So yeah, paranormal event. Yeah, this is affecting all of us. Fabulous. How do we react? I want to do that first before Ronnie does whatever they do.
So I was wondering, maybe what's it called? The Handbook of Recently Deceased could be of use.
Okay. So reading that move. Yes, once per mystery, when any investigator says, I read about this in the Handbook of the Recently Deceased. Work with the other players to describe how something happening in your situation is documented in the handbook. At a minimum, you must provide the following: the name of the paranormal event, describe the problem or situation a ghost might experience that is related to what we're experiencing as investigators, and describe how the ghost problem or situation was resolved.
So I think Annabelle, and we're workshopping this because I don't have like all the ideas.
Sure.
Yeah, but she recalls that like in the 1930s there was like one occurrence in a very unlikely place, where people thought there was an earthquake, but it didn't really happen. It was just caused by ghosts, and they wanted to scare off the people in that area.
Okay. And then how was the ghost problem or situation resolved? And what was the name?
Does anyone of you have an idea?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I think the ghosts themselves their aim was to get rid of people by scaring them because of the major event, like the earthquake. And so they resolved that by causing like the tremors, like, if this was in a particular location, it's like, they took advantage of the pressurized what is it, the pressurized water underneath their location, and then just agitated it even more using their spectral energy, and literally sent the people away. Like they had to evacuate, they had to move, and they were no longer able to use, the people, humans were no longer able to use this area. So Brent, do you have a name of the paranormal event? It's like, what the humans maybe have thought of it, but it's actually the cause of the ghosts.
Yeah, I think um I think this was the 1932 People Tumbler event.
That's fabulous. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. All right. And yeah, Ronnie looks out of the bridge window, sees this, and also obviously we all can hear the panic screams of everybody that's on the boat.
Mhm.
And like Ronnie will use underappreciated. You have skills overlooked by the rest of the team. After seeing the results of any roll you make, you can add +1 to your total. This gives the automatic 12 plus success. And what Ronnie does is that Ronnie runs over to the console, whatever, and then we'll like, take the helm and then like, do whatever needs to be done to steer the ship, like somehow like gauge like lots of power out of this riverboat, and like, screams into the intercom or whatever. It's like, hold on folks, we're going to be taking a really, really bumpy ride, and then we'll do the whole wheel thingy. So this way it's like hard left, like, gunning it, and then just getting the riverboat to go in a reverse direction. So this way they can steer the boat outside of these huge waves that are coming. And yeah, so I think the waves will come crashing down, but not so severe as if we were pointed right at it. So
Right.
like basically like, Ronnie's kind of like got them in the wake rather than like right in the direct path of the 40-meter waves. Holy shit. Oh crap a doodle do. Okay, great. And I think after this happens, it's like Ronnie will slump down.
Yeah.
Ooh, those boating lessons really helped. That's what like you might hear that, you might not, I don't know, but basically that's what Ronnie murmurs like after they slump down on the floor after doing that. And yeah, so let's see.
And since it's a 12 plus, do you imagine like there being any benefit or extra advantage?
At the very least, I'm gonna say a clue, right? I'm gonna just like,
Yeah.
give ourselves a clue here. We already used the 10 plus, I think. Hold on, let me see. 10 plus. Yeah, we did. Actually, no, we didn't use the 10 plus clue. Hold on. So 10 plus clue is oh no, we did. Okay, let's pull another card then. I'm pulling out the 3 of clubs for this clue. Anybody want to pick, excuse me, which clue gets used as Ronnie slumps down to the floor and checks out, just kind of relaxes after that very exciting drive of the boat? 3 of clubs.
They're both good.
Yeah.
Whichever you want.
Do you have like a favorite? Grant?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, do you have like a favorite?
Oh, I like the scar.
Describe where it's found.
Yeah, it's a scar in the shape of a squid. And I think it's I think while Ronnie was wrestling with like the boat wheel, like something might have just something flew off a shelf and hit Ronnie in the head, something like that. Like not enough to be, not anything big or heavy, but you know how annoying like getting like a little cut on your forehead can be. It just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. So that happens, and then when we wipe it away, there's this like scar that looks oddly like a squid.
The
And it's
hell?
like, that's not, and looking around, Waylend can't find the thing that came off the shelf that caused it. Like there's no debris or anything like that. Like there's nothing that there's debris, but there's nothing that like, you know, squid shaped. Right.
Right.
There's nothing.
Mm.
So
That's wackadoodle. How? Ugh. And then like Ronnie will dig in their pack and then just like, you know, find, you know,
Yeah.
some painkiller and go like, oh man. Ugh. And they'll knock it back and then like, you know, pull from behind their back like a plain water bottle from Timmy Stars with the Timmy
Yeah.
Stars logo and just down it. Oh God. Ah. Oof. Hopefully I won't have to drive anytime soon.
Yeah.
We're gonna be calling like an Uber or something like that when we leave the boat finally. And then I'm gonna say here we can either close out this particular scene and look at the clues that we have so far. Again, it's a complexity 8. We have 8 clues, and then we just have to figure out how this puts together for the
And we
question.
can incorporate you know, the urban myth we've heard,
Yes,
if it makes sense.
if it makes sense, correct. Yeah. So right, and that could be introduced as an additional clues.
Mm.
Mm.
So I don't
So.
think we've seen anything that supports the theory that the boat is fueled by ghosts.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's take a look at the clues that we have so far. Okay, so a bucket of fish heads, pearlescent scales too large for any river fish, a death certificate, a human skin suit, a weird specimen preserved in a jar, an invoice from the Very Good Carnival Company, a map with the river location circled in red, and a scar in the shape of a squid. So from that, we need to figure out the goal, which is to discover the source of the music and make sure the rest of the cruise goes off without a hitch.
Right.
Oh boy.
So I'm just gonna wing it here.
Sure.
So I think while this might be like cryptozoological, I don't necessarily think it's haunting. I think that I think that the original captain of this ship is not the actual captain, or I think like the current captain of the ship is not necessarily the current captain. I think that the original captain had like an agreement with the river folk, the river krakens that lived in this area, and something unfortunate happened. And he was the original captain was very good at sort of keeping the river folk secret from the Very Good Carnival Company, which is like the parent corporation for the Very Good Boat Company. And so when he passed, they sort of panicked and had to come up with like basically they needed to like they needed him not to be dead, and the only way they had to do that was to basically make a suit so that one of them could like fold up their tentacles and stuff, tuck them inside, and walk around pretending to be the captain. Which is part of the reason why things have sort of gotten odd on the ship, is because it's not really the captain, and this squid person doesn't really understand how to. I mean, they've watched it happen enough times, but they don't. And so that's why we have like, you know, the human skin suit was sort of their first attempt at making something like that. The pearlescent scales come off of these Kraken people. The bucket of fish heads. I mean, that's just a snack that they love. You know, it's the common snack of the river Kraken folk. And then the river location circled in red is like essentially their home. Like that is we must not, you know, I think during like whenever they're sailing past or near that on the river, that's when the captain does like, you know, they do like activities down below, like they do something in the dining hall or something like that, and you know, so that nobody notices that there's river people. The death certificate is the death certificate for the captain, which they've hidden away so that nobody knows that he's actually dead. Anybody else got anything you want to throw in? Some of the
Well, the weird specimen that was a present from the river folk to the captain while they were alive.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
And
Scar in the shape of a squid.
so I really liked the idea that this ship has been repaired with haunted stuff from all over. So
Yeah.
maybe that's kind of related.
Yeah.
So basically,
Right.
the ship was in tune with what's going on, and
Yeah. Well, yeah, and because I mean, we're thinking of human ghosts, but obviously there would be squid people ghosts, possibly attached to the ship as well.
Okay.
And this is their way of sort of, you know, trying to get our attention.
So do we want to include the second hand parts clue? The
my thing about the secondhand parts? Yeah, I think so. Sure,
Okay.
we can include that.
And then so
and so that gets us the scar and
you know, that makes perfect sense. Sorry for interrupting, but Annabelle has seen the tentacles on Ronnie before.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so that's so good.
That's like a, what's it called, premonition or something?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, that's perfect.
Secondhand parts from previously haunted boats. And these these squid people wouldn't necessarily know either. So I mean, like, you know, or it's kind of like, you know, oh, how lucky they're able to get these parts. But the reason they're able to get these parts damn cheap is because they're from previously haunted boats. Holy crap.
Love it.
They just know they have to keep the boat going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all they
great.
know.
That's great. Not that it'll have any, any issues for things later. No, absolutely not. 1, 2, 3,
Oh.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. So somebody can roll with a +1.
Yeah, not me.
Okay.
No, not
Sure.
you, but I don't know about me either because I've been missing 2. So
All
Brent,
right.
please help us.
Sure.
Warm your dice, please, sir.
Yep.
Ooh, +1.
Okay. So that is a 10 + 1 is 11.
Nice.
Oh,
Woo!
great.
So on the theorized move, cannot find it. Why? Here we go. Investigators have an open freewheeling discussion about the solution of a mystery based on the clues they've uncovered and reach a consensus. Roll plus the number of clues found minus the mystery's complexity. So on a 10 or above, it's the correct solution. As a group, narrate how solving the mystery achieves the overall goal. Okay, so we're not going to make this difficult for ourselves because we're going to be coming to time soon. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we succeed in finding out the source of the music. So we're going to say that it's the squid people, Squid River people, I guess,
Yeah.
Mm,
who are
perfect.
making these songs. But why? I think that's the thing that we're trying to figure out. It's like,
Well, obviously they're kind of pleasant to humans, so it's a way to keep the business running.
Mm-hmm.
But what's with the sudden storm though? Do we think that that's their fault to just keep the boat away from their home? Or
Yeah.
is there something else going on that
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think that the storm was just their attempt to, I think it's a combination between the two, is that the pleasant song is there both to entertain, but also to, if most of the people on board the ship are sort of like lulled by this song,
yeah.
then they're not going to really be paying attention.
Mm.
They'll see what the river folk want them to see. And then the storm is there to sort of deal with anybody who didn't get enticed by the song. So yeah, I think it's just to keep their village or like little living quarters away from prying eyes.
So if you found the skin suit, where the hell's
Well,
the captain?
I found a skin suit.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
I mean, I think they,
Took a break.
I
Took a
think
fish
they,
head break.
yeah, occasionally, yeah. I think occasionally, yeah, they can't stay in the skin suit all the time. They have to like unzip and get in the river and splash around a bit, and then they can come back and so I think we just found it during, like, they had tucked it away and hidden it because they were like off the ship. I think that's part of the reason. Probably jumped into the river to make sure that his village was okay. Shortly after he sent that message over the radio.
Gotcha.
So,
Oh, the complimentary alcoholic beverages, which we never got a handle on.
yeah.
I think that we find ourselves drifting to that that available alcoholic beverages on the Riverview deck, which I'm sure there are more people that are around that table to calm their nerves after that wonderful, like,
Yeah.
like hairpin turn of the boat, which again, like, we're not doing this with any physics accuracy in mind or any kind of, like, continuity or whatever. So anyway, I think we make our way down to the Riverview deck as well. I think this is inside the boat. Everybody's like, drinking to try to forget what just happened. And I think we see that human suit now walking around. So do any of us approach said human suit to just kind of be like, hey? Or do we look for the captain?
I'd like to believe, because it's not like we're carrying the skin suit around with us. We just know that it exists.
Yes.
Or at least Waylend wouldn't be carrying it around with him.
Yeah.
That's a
No.
little creepy.
I think we
So-
left it alone.
Yeah, I think we
Personally.
left it alone. I think at some point, like after all of this, and we've sort of like rejoined everybody,
Mhm.
like to get our free drinks.
Yeah.
So we definitely need them now. I think the captain comes walking in, because they've reclaimed the skin suit from wherever it was
Mhm.
tucked away.
Yep.
And comes walking in. And I don't think anybody else notices, but yeah, definitely. I think all of us, now that we're aware of what is going on, do notice that this is like there's something just a tiny bit off about the way they walk or the way they move. But yeah, I think the captain comes back and it's like, oh yeah, no, we've solved the problem, everything's fine, we're just gonna go this way now.
I think
Uh,
I think Ronnie will go and approach and will say to the captain, it's like, excuse me, sir, do you mind if we have a word or two with you regarding what just happened? And Ronnie has already like put like some kind of like gauze or band-aid or whatever will cover it up on their forehead. But then, like, when they speak to the captain, they'll actually lift it up to show them. It's like, yeah, I got a little hurt trying to steer the boat away from that incoming storm, and then replace the band-aid back. Who wants to be skin suit captain?
Go ahead, Michael.
I
Live the
was
dream.
rather thinking about being Annabelle in that conversation
Oh, okay.
because she's got something to tell them.
Oh, sure. I can be skin suit captain then. Yeah, he's like,
It's
oh,
his name is Captain Dandy Luge.
Dandy Luge.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
But is that maybe just the name of the deceased and the real person behind it is Janet, the one who saw Laura?
No, because Laura had said that Janet and the captain were two different people.
Well, technically they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
technically. Well, I mean, you know what? However you want to spin the story, because I mean, as
No,
it
no,
is, it's
fair
like
enough.
already weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll leave it up to you guys.
So yes, the captain turns to you, and you see, again, I think everybody else has been like taking advantage of their free drinks at the bar, so maybe they're not really noticing a lot going on around them.
Oh, they're already 3 sheets to the wind. Okay, I mean, like
Oh,
they
yeah.
they were at the table before the storm, and now they're really at the table
Yeah.
after the storm.
Oh.
So maybe Ronnie and Annabelle and Waylend, if they're paying attention, notice that the captain, to anybody else who's like maybe sort of like seeing out of the corner of their eye, it looks like the captain is adjusting their clothing. But we know the truth, and so as we're observing, it's like they're not just adjusting their clothing, they're sort of like pulling the skin suit better into position, and like you see like one section of the abdomen is sort of like pushed in, and then they sort of like shift a tentacle and push it like back out to where it should be, right? Get everything in place. And he's like, yes, I'm the captain. How can I help you?
I mean, we kind of know, sir, what's happening. I mean, we're not here to cause trouble. We just want to make sure that the tours go on, okay. But we needed to know what was causing the singing.
Oh. And reflexively, there's like the the opposite way blink.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
Um.
Love it.
Yes. Well, that was us. I'm afraid we had to protect the. It's what we normally do on these cruises is protect the ship. Unfortunately, um, it affected some of the crew this time, which is really odd. It doesn't normally do that. And usually they're busy. Unfortunately, they caused them to steer into this island. So I've been busy down below, sort of digging us out, and we're ready to get back on track. Thank you so very much for your help. I hope we can keep this between us.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we don't want anything to happen, but you do realize that when you're using those secondhand parts, they're selling them off cheaply because they're kind of haunted.
Haunted?
Yeah, other
Oh.
boats that have been like with lots of ghosts and stuff. I mean, you have a ghost. I mean, you do realize that, right? You have at least one ghost that has been following you around since she's
Oh.
been here.
No, I didn't. Well,
She's kind of.
I mean, maybe the
taking a
Yeah, you
liking
should.
to you.
Yeah, you should talk to her at some point. She's really nice, actually.
Very nice. I think she's taking a
okay.
shine to you.
Oh, oh. Okay. Yeah. No, I will definitely talk to her. And maybe maybe we can put Paranormal Inc. on a retainer, just in case we need help with any of the other parts in the future.
That would be great. We can also help as well, like trying to improve in the situation on the ship. I'm not sure, like, I mean, we can make a hefty donation or barter services, I suppose. I mean, make sure
Sure.
that the parts will be less haunted and also hopefully provide better snacks.
Oh,
Yeah, this is like my main concern here. Please familiarize yourself with what snacks are actually suitable and appropriate for humans. I can see that hard-boiled eggs and those Cheetos are delicious to you, but if you want us to
well,
come back, please get better snacks.
You know
well, I
what?
mean, we figured that humans liked caviar, so we figured like if we just got you some of your eggs, like some of the eggs that you normally eat, maybe that would be no. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Here, I think I would be able to help you also by working out a deal with like Timmy Stars. Have you heard of it?
Oh,
It's one of
okay.
the caffeinated beverage slash cafes that are
Mm,
local to many different places. And here you can try one. And then like basically like Ronnie pulls out from behind their back like,
yeah.
name the fishiest thing that you can think of mixed in with some caffeine shots, and then this is what Ronnie will hand to the captain.
Yeah.
I think this
I
will
think
be a brew that I think your people will appreciate.
yeah. I think it's just an anchovy red eye.
There you go. I mean, I think there's like even like as a garnish, I think there's like a little like anchovy head that's sticking out of the cap.
Mhm.
And so it's like, yeah, I think your people really enjoy this. I mean, like if you work out a deal with Timmy Stars, they can totally like, supply your ship with like a little bit of catering for the tour
Um, thank you.
in
Yes.
bulk. Yeah.
Ooh, thank you. Yes, we'll look into this. And he
Yeah.
takes a sip of it. Oh,
What do you think?
I like that.
Okay. Yeah, they can make more like that. Sure. Absolutely. But for you and your people, I mean, the
Right.
humans will
Right.
require the other things on the menu, the main menu. Okay. Just so
Right.
you know.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Just be clear on that. Okay. They won't want that. They'll want the other stuff.
Yeah. Also, unfortunately, like stepping out of character for a second, I thought
Yeah.
about it too much. And anchovy red eye is just a normal shot of cappuccino
Oh,
that is made with the water that anchovies are packed in.
Wait, that's a real thing?
oh my God. I thought you
No.
made that up. What?
No, I totally made it up, but that's
Okay, fair enough.
unfortunately, I didn't stop at just saying anchovy red eye. My brain immediately went into, so how would you actually make an anchovy red
Okay,
eye?
okay.
And
Oh my God. That is so beautiful. Holy crap.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah,
nice.
no, we can
I love it.
definitely look at, yeah, we can definitely look into that.
Yeah.
We want our customers to be happy, so yeah.
That's lovely. That's lovely. So yeah, I mean, let's just make sure there's no more incidents, like, while we're here. And,
Mhm.
maybe we can check to see where Laura is and then introduce you to.
Sure. There's
Yeah.
a slightly unsettling moment as he nods that you notice that like the face part
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
not quite staying with like
Yeah.
it goes
Yeah.
slightly down and slightly up a little too
Yeah.
much with each nod, but he's like, oh, sorry, sort of does like a, and it seems to be better now.
I guess you were in a hurry. You didn't have time to really fit.
Sorry, yeah, I
Yeah.
normally I have time to
Yeah. No.
get dressed, as it were.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
the squid captain is happy to check out Timmy Stars and meet Laura. So
Okay. Cool. I mean, is there anything, pardon, that each of your characters wants to narrate as like that, like mid credits or post credits scene epilogue for this episode?
I think for Waylend, there's just the camera goes back to the galley.
Mhm.
And Waylend comes into frame. Like it comes in, the camera comes back to the galley, specifically like sort of like focusing on the cookbook
Mhm.
on the counter. And then Waylend sort of steps in to frame, or actually all you see is like a set of hands opens the cookbook. One of those small like page scanners. It opens up to like a page that is like what is it, fish and chips in gelatin, and the hand scanner just scans that recipe, and then the camera sort of pulls back and you see it's Waylon. He just sort of like looks around, closes the book and leaves. Yeah.
Oh, Waylon. What does Annabelle do? I mean, yeah, go ahead.
I think back at our office,
Mhm.
we can see her with Ronnie, and she asks them to go with her through YouTube and playlists and listen to different music videos of people yodeling, because she really wants to. She's still enthralled by that song, and she wants to hear it again, and she wants Ronnie to help her find it. And over the next weeks, till this condition is over, whenever you walk by her office, there'll be yodeling music blasting.
Oh my God. I think I think Ronnie will be in like helping out negotiations with the very good boat company and Timmy Stars for their connections to get some sort of deal for providing particular dainties and good drinks for the river boat tours that'll go regularly. Maybe not every single day, but I mean, like, you know, on certain days that would be special, and needing to appease the tourists when things need to happen with Squid River people. And one of the things that Ronnie also does while they're working on this is like going back to that site, whether Amazonium or one of the other places, to like buy the ducks with the glasses blanket that Annabelle had requested, and then you know, getting a box ready to present it in Annabelle's favorite colors with the like a beautiful bow and all this other stuff. And I think there's also a time where I think post credits, maybe, I think Ronnie invites you both out to get the fishy taste out of your mouths from whatever we were doing on the boat or what have you, and says, look, I think we need a real good break. We're going to go to Late Night Kate's. All right. I don't care what you're doing right now. We're going to go to Late Night Kate's and have ourselves a decent ice cream. Okay. So I don't know if you recall from my descriptions before or from previous episodes, but basically Late Night Kate's is where it's like it's done up in an old timey, like black and white cafe with the spindly tables and chairs. And there's an otherworldliness about it when you step inside. And it's tended to by interesting looking women and men or other that have more than human looks per se. And they're wearing polo shirts, possibly even bare feet. But we don't care because they have like the best ice cream and what you particularly want at the time. So to end this session, what flavor, what flavors or whatever does your ice cream look like when it comes out? The appearance, taste, texture of the ice cream that your particular character wants at this moment.
I think Waylend orders it's just called Crumb Tiger on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
And it is tiger stripe ice cream with a graham cracker and ginger cookie crumb over top of it. Very simple, but very, very satisfying. And for those of you who might be watching who don't know what tiger stripe ice cream is, tiger stripe ice cream is black licorice ice cream and orange praline ice cream.
I think what makes this extra special though is when you have it, every bite tastes like some place that makes you feel the warmth on your skin, the humidity in the air, and makes you want to roar.
Love it.
I think Ronnie's ice cream dish comes out and it's on a simple black plate. But what comes out is this very strange shaped bowl that is not necessarily a bowl, but it almost looks like a fluted glass. And inside is what looks like a very shiny brown sculpture of someone holding what looks like a fluted glass. but that fluted glass is actually a very perfectly frozen vanilla ice cream that melts out of their hand and into the glass, which is actually a brownie. And they slowly, like, watch it melt and like create this strange like cascade upon itself. And each
Mhm.
bite tastes like it's elegant and smooth, yet comforting and rich. And that is Ronnie's dessert, which is essentially called with a wink, the server says, and here is Fairy Fall.
I think Annabelle will order something she had on her mind for quite a while, but didn't really feel right up till now. And it's basically related to that handbook of recently deceased incident we've mentioned. And it comes as a pretty large plate with a pile of different sorts of chocolates and ice cream. And it's mostly, yeah, let's say vanilla and chocolate and some nut ice. And when you receive it, when it's delivered to you and presented, it's basically resembles like tectonic plates that shift and rumble. And when she scoops up a bite in a very pleasant way, that continues in her mouth until the chocolate melts.
That's amazing. And we fade as the camera pulls back and then comes away from us eating our respective dishes like very companionably, and we're talking about different things. And then it comes out of the shop and it looks like, as it pans out of the shop, it looks like the windows of Late Night Kate's darken and you can't see anyone inside anymore. And it looks like we're not in our normal neighborhood anymore, basically. Although we don't know that.
Mm.
And that's where we end our session of Paranormal Incorporated for today. Yay!
Yay.
Thank you so much
Yay.
for playing today. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, stars and wishes, quick debrief. If you got time. Stars are things that you enjoyed about the gameplay, like role play, each other, what have you. And then wishes are for what you'd like to see for like maybe the next episode or for whatever mystery we end up doing. Or for the future of your characters, let's put it that way, because I know we were talking about that earlier. And yeah, again, like this is very episodic, but doesn't necessarily have to be continuity episodic. Although if you want to, that's fine. I mean, like I brought in Mike, from a previous episode, but don't necessarily have to.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll start. So definitely, I really enjoyed that in the end, our theorizing revealed that it was cryptids and not ghosts, in fact.
Yeah.
So, and that we were able to come to an agreement with the fish folk or the river folk. And I really enjoyed how you played, portrayed the captain. It was amazing.
No, thank you.
And I also enjoyed interacting with Laura, the friendly ghost, who might be a bit nosy watching people. And in terms of wishes, yeah, I'm always happy to play, and I really enjoy that it's so episodic. But nonetheless, I can see that characters are evolving, and if it comes to that point, I could see getting another playbook, because I don't really want to retire Annabelle completely, but I might look at all the different options, because there's like the core playbooks and additional ones.
Yeah, I know there's also another one that's on Itch. I don't know who wrote it, but I mean, it's called The Tenderfoot. So
Okay.
there's that. And then there's also the custom playbooks that R&R and Kavya have made for Paranormal Incorporated
Hmm.
as well. Like, again, like when I finally pull out the episode that needs to be edited, it's like there was like the brawler or the priest or something like that, and then there was like another playbook that she was doing, the reformed or something like that. So I mean, there are other options, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the core game that you get a playbook or whatever. So you know, whatever you decide for your character, I mean, like, you know, again, continuity somewhat, and then, you know, episodic. So I mean, I just love this goofiness that we have with this game. I mean, like, for me, it's like, it's just such a joy to be able to delve into the paranormal, but not necessarily be terribly horrific about it or serious. So I mean, like, that's what I enjoy about it, for sure.
I think yeah, for stars, the nervous, quiet businessman, I think portraying that was quite lovely. That was a fun moment for Waylend to meet basically someone exactly like him. And wishes, yeah, I gotta get Marvin involved more. Marvin didn't really make an appearance too much this time around, but I think Marvin has to make more of an appearance in future episodes. So yeah.
I mean, I loved your portrayals, both of you, of your respective NPCs. This was like a lot of fun to play off of and watch. Even the tourist, the annoying tourist. So that was a lot of fun to try and deal with. And even on misses, I mean, again, it's like, you know, what do we introduce? We can introduce paranormal event. We can introduce like a really annoying NPC. I mean, like, you know, there's choices. So I really like how we just like pulled out different things today to make our lives complicated. God knows. And stop using the dice roller that keeps on shitting on you, Michael. Find a different one. You know? Yeah, no, and I really enjoyed that personal haunting of yours as well for Annabelle. Oh my God, that was really cool. Yeah. Can't even imagine like a medium with like pretty much no moment of peace until there's nobody around, like not even death, you know, to cause like ghosts to come into being. Oh shit, you know. So no, that was amazing. And yeah, wishes. Yeah, I mean, like, again, some continuity, not necessarily all continuity, and I just love including these little bits, like with the Timmy stars, and like, you know, just like late night Kate's, to try and just infuse like a little bit of like, this is the universe we live in. We haven't even named our town yet. We don't even know where the hell it is, and it's great. I don't care.
Yeah.
So and if anything, like these mysteries are also replayable, because there was like a few people that we hadn't met, which would have changed, I think, the aspects of the mystery or how we theorized about it completely, or added to it. So that was lovely. And yeah, I mean, like, you know, we could always go back and then do, you know, down by the Haunted Riverside, like elsewhere, or like, you know, do Haunted Holidays again elsewhere. And you know, this game is like really replayable, and I enjoy that about this. And again, I like the goofy episodic nature of this as well. I mean, it's been a joy to play with you guys. I mean, like, you know, and hopefully we'll be able to have like more guests if if possible. But yeah, I mean, I hope to see, even if you retire these characters, then like, hopefully you will discover another playbook that really speaks to you, that you want to develop as well. But I mean, I love these characters. These characters are so much fun to play with. So I can't wait to see how you think the character's arc will end, if it ends. I mean, like, or if they drift out of, elsewhere. Maybe Annabelle discovers it's like, like she's more than YouTube and TikTok, and then she wants to go find herself. And in which case, like, you bring in somebody else, like a relation or a friend or something like that does the same type of stuff or different stuff. So yeah, I had a lot of playability with this, and I enjoy this so much. So thank you very much again for coming on board today and playing. I mean, hopefully we can fix up a date in April, like everything else. It's the scheduling thing, but yeah, and then hopefully by then we'll get back Dr. Fern, find out what she's been doing, if hopefully not in jail. But who knows? She's been blowing up stuff. Who knows? So
Again.
Again.
Yeah.
Well, the office has been a little quiet, so probably should be checking up on Dr. Fern. God knows what troubles that she's gotten into elsewhere. Okay, so for sure. Although, I mean, I wouldn't mind trotting out at some point, bringing you as Waylend or and Annabelle or other people, whatever, into like where Ronnie's cousin is, and then you can meet Regina, Reggie, and then like, interact with her, and then yeah, that's a lot of fun too. All right.
Nice.
So okay, so you guys have a wonderful afternoon, evening. Get some sleep if it's late for you. And I will see you next time. Okay.
All right.
Thank
Take
you
care.
so much. Bye.
Yeah, thank you guys. Bye.